Here's your First Warn Weather Forecast First, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, our winds have been a bit on the blustery side for the last several hours, and we've had the cloud cover in place as we look over downtown Rockford here this evening. But that wind, that's been the bigger story. Winds have been gusting close to 40 miles per hour in many locations here. The wind speed coming down just a bit, but we'll maintain that breeze from the west and northwest as we go through the rest of this evening. Now our temperatures are cooler than where they've been the last couple of days. We're at 55 in Freeport, 56 now in Rockford, Rochelle, same thing in Sterling, and 55 degrees in DeKalb. With the cloud cover on the backside of that low pressure system, we'll see some clearing overnight tonight, but clouds and rain move back in once we head into the afternoon tomorrow. I'll time that out for you coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
An afternoon shooting sends one man to the hospital. The latest from Rockford Police on their investigation.
Plus, state line storms damage a historic building. What the city has to say about fixing the 100-plus-year-old building.
And a local high school holds an annual job fair, the event educating students about life after graduation.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm David Greenberg. Before we get to some of those stories, do want to let you know the name of the man killed in Beloit earlier this month.
It was the city's first murder of the year. The Rock County Medical Examiner's Office has identified the victim as Jaden Benitez. Investigators say Benitez was shot and killed by a 16-year-old early in the morning on April 5th. The suspect has not been named due to their age. Officers have also not provided any word on what may have motivated that shooting. One man is hurt after a shooting at a Rockford gas station this afternoon. Rockford police say it happened outside the Mobile on College Avenue around 1. Officers say a 39-year-old man was shot near the building. He was taken to the hospital with a serious leg injury. If you have any information on the shooting, call Rockford Police.
A Freeport teen is arrested after police say he was involved in a fight at Walmart while carrying a gun. This happened yesterday at the store on Highway 26. When officers tried talking to the teen, police say the 18-year-old then ran. They chased him through the parking lot into a nearby cemetery. Investigators say he then later tossed the weapon, but it was found. They identified the teen as Reuben Bell. He's been charged with aggravated unlawful use of a weapon and resisting a peace officer. Bell's now being held in the Stevenson County Jail. Well, some severe storms rolled across the state line last night.
In Beloit, those storms came with some damage, including one historic building that lost its roof. Drea Baroni was in Beloit today, and Drea, that building is home to 3 nonprofits.
Yeah, that's right, Mimi. Beloit 200, Axe Housing, and Friends of the Riverfront all operate inside the historic old pump station that's been standing since 1885. Now, the National Weather Service is saying this damage was caused by a microburst from last night's storms. That's a strong downward gust of wind. Well, you can see the roof is the most serious hit. Sarah Locke with the city of Beloit says it may not be as bad as it looks.
Thankfully, there is no interior damage to any of the building. There's a few ceiling tiles that are wet, but other than that, the building is in good condition. So we're working on stabilizing the roof, getting it tarped off, and then we'll work through the process to get the roof replaced.
Luckily, no one was hurt, and I'm told all 3 nonprofits are now in a building ready to take that work elsewhere. I'll have more on how the repairs are going and the measures being taken to preserve as much of the building as possible coming up at 6. Mimi.
All right, thanks, Drea. Reports of anti-Semitic assaults, vandalism, and harassment are at an all-time high in Illinois. According to the Anti-Defamation League, there were 211 cases of anti-Semitism in Illinois last year. That's a 74% increase from the year before. Of the 211 incidents, 155 involved harassment. 54 were cases of vandalism and 2 were assaults. Nearly 70% happened after the October 7th Hamas attacks that led to Israel's invasion of Gaza.
My community has been on edge. I'm constantly hearing from families saying that their children are afraid to go to school simply because they are Jewish. How do you explain this to a child?
We need to understand and track where these incidents are happening and how to prevent them and work to teach tolerance and acceptance. And so, unfortunately, we've gone the other way this year. And I know events abroad have accelerated that.
Across the country, Colorado saw the biggest jump in anti-Semitic incidents with a nearly 200% increase over last year.
Well, state health officials are now trying to reassure residents that the measles outbreak is being well handled. Illinois leads the nation in the number of measles cases. Chicago has the highest number throughout the entire state. Public health officials have met with hospital leaders to talk about what can be done to prevent future outbreaks, especially in migrant shelters where a lot of those cases have been detected.
We have at the moment touched every single shelter, got 100% of those who were exposed at the new arrival shelters vaccinated. We have rapidly increased the number of vaccinated people, so that gives us a level of confidence.
Well, measles is still circulating, so officials are stressing the need to be vaccinated. The MMR vaccine is 97% effective at preventing the illness.
An Illinois woman files a lawsuit against Target. The suit claims the retailer collected biometric data without her consent. According to the filing, Target's anti-theft measures include gathering face and fingerprint scans. The woman says that information is biologically unique and could pose risks of identity theft if compromised. Target has yet to respond to the lawsuit.
A local high school district is now looking for community members to input on this. RPS 205 holding a town hall tonight at Ellis Elementary School. The event offers an opportunity to learn about the latest developments when it comes to diversity within their schools. Community members can also share their perspectives and solutions for changes in the district. That meeting runs from 5:30 until 7. State line advocates are also fighting to keep an elementary school open. A change.org petition can be found online. It is called Save Perry Elementary. More than 400 people have signed it so far. Belvedere District 100 says the century-old building is in need of some critical repairs. This week, parents and staff expressed their desire for the school to stay open. 2 more public hearings are scheduled for May 4th and 6th before the district board makes their ultimate decision.
Rockford High School hosts an annual career fair. Juniors and seniors at Auburn got a chance to learn about opportunities after graduation at the Future Fair Career Edition. More than 30 local companies shared internship, apprenticeship, and job openings. Today's event catered to students who are not college-bound. Project First Rate Executive Director Paul Nolly says the trades have a lot to offer, including 6-figure incomes and great benefits.
If you look at the socioeconomic outcomes of people who have went through an apprenticeship program and have a career in the trades, they are on par, if not exceeding, many of those university-based careers because there's no student loan debt.
Auburn hosted a similar future fair in November for students who are planning to go to college. Both events highlight the many options for graduates.
Well, President Biden makes a campaign stop in Pennsylvania.
Up next, this comes as former President Donald Trump's campaign stalled by his New York trial. And coming up at 6, supporting students with special needs. The local nonprofit rolling out scholarships to help young people find success.
Our high temperature today will officially go down in the books as 66, but that was achieved around 3:45 this morning. Since then, those numbers have been dropping back, and they'll go even further this weekend, which could lead to some frost. We'll look at when you could be waking up to a frosty start coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
An impeachment trial against the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary ends before arguments even start.
The Democrat-controlled Senate voted this afternoon to dismiss the 2 articles of impeachment against Alejandro Mayorkas. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said the Republicans' case did not meet the high standards of high crimes and misdemeanors and could set a dangerous precedent. The Republican-controlled House narrowly voted in favor of the impeachment. The GOP claimed Mayorkas is refused to enforce immigration laws. Well, it's a split screen on the campaign trail with President Biden campaigning in Pennsylvania, speaking with steelworkers as President Trump deals with his historic criminal trial in New York.
7 of the 12 jurors have been selected, and once the entire jury is seated, the trial could last more than 6 weeks. Rena Roy has the latest.
A tale of 2 campaigns, former President Donald Trump facing a pool of potential jurors who will vote on his guilt or innocence. Joe Biden greeting the Morning Joe crowd at a coffee shop in his hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania. The president also trying to solidify support from organized labor in the pivotal swing state. He's already won the endorsement of the United Steelworkers Union, and he's opposing the sale of the U.S. steel company to a Japanese firm and calling for higher tariffs on Chinese metal imports.
American owned, American operated by American union steelworkers, the best in the world. And that's going to happen, I promise you.
The commander-in-chief also visiting a World War II memorial to the fallen, including his uncle. All of this in sharp contrast to Trump, who's spending this week in his hometown, sitting through jury selection in his hush-money criminal trial.
I should be right now in Pennsylvania, in Florida, in many other states, North Carolina, Georgia, campaigning.
He's facing 34 felony counts of falsifying business records to cover up a payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels to keep an alleged affair secret from voters before the 2016 election. Trump did make a campaign stop after court Tuesday, visiting a New York City corner store, trying to turn the focus away from his trial.
They want law and order. They have a lot of crime, tremendous crime, where their stores are being robbed.
Trump says it remains to be seen if the jurors in his case will give him a fair shot.
I'll let you know after the trial.
Trump has pleaded not guilty to the charges. He denies any relationship with Daniels.
So far, 7 of 12 jurors have already been selected. The judge confident jury selection may be complete by the end of the week, and opening arguments could start Monday. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Windy weather on the state line, and it's a little chillier out there today.
Yeah, definitely much cooler than it has been. After the break, Candace tells us how cool we'll get over the next few days.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it is a little cooler out there. Temperatures have dropped back through the 50s. We're currently at 56 degrees underneath those cloudy skies, and the wind, that has been something here for much of this afternoon from the west-southwest, currently at 18 miles per hour, but we've had gusts this afternoon close to 40. Now the wind will come down just a little here as we go through this evening. 55 degrees right now in Freeport. We're 56 in Rockford, 55 currently in DeKalb, and 54 right now our temperature out in Poplar Grove. Our weather watcher Terry in Genoa, 56 degrees, a westerly wind at 24 miles per hour, and dew point temperature sits at 51. So we still do have plenty of moisture out there, along with the wind sustained from the west coming in 15 to 25 miles per hour. But as I mentioned, we've had some winds gusting 30 to 35, even close to 40. Now those strong winds are something that'll stick with us as we go throughout this evening. They'll ease up a little once we get closer to sunset, and then thereafter, so tonight shouldn't be quite as windy. Unfortunately, cloud cover comes back in, so that'll help ease the wind just a little bit for tomorrow, and we've got some rain showers to go along with that. The wind, however, is going to pick back up on Friday, this time coming in from the northwest, 35 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. So it's a windy Friday, and that wind will keep temperatures on the cooler side and bring us down as we head into the weekend. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera, not quite as shaky as what it was about an hour ago. This looking northwest in Rochelle. From time to time, we've had some breaks in some of that cloud cover, so you may have been able to see just a little bit of sunshine here throughout the day, but generally speaking, we've had that mostly cloudy sky along with a few scattered rain showers. Now there is some clearing beginning to take place back west of the Mississippi River, so we are going to see a gradual decrease in cloud cover here this evening, but it does fill back in as we head through tomorrow. That's with our next system beginning to take shape here over the northern Rockies and through the high plains. This is what is going to bring us some rain showers as we head through the day tomorrow. It won't be as much as what we had yesterday, and we're not anticipating any severe thunderstorms, but could have a couple rumbles of thunder as we work throughout the day. But notice we've got some scattered rain showers, so kind of a rainy on and off Thursday morning and afternoon. Some heavier pockets of rain will be possible down to the south of us, but we will clear things out once we get into Thursday night and Friday. We'll see a return of sunshine Friday afternoon, but again, we got the wind to deal with. A few clouds move back in late Friday night into early Saturday, but then we've got sunshine going into the weekend and our temperatures in the 50s. When we look at the amount of rainfall, it's not a lot. Where most of us will stay under, I should say, a half an inch of rain, so anywhere from a couple tenths, maybe up to a half an inch, with the heaviest lining up right along that Interstate 88 corridor, just north of where that low pressure system sits. So for tonight, we're down to 45 degrees. We've got the winds this evening, decreasing cloud cover. Winds will come in later tonight about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We're 57 for tomorrow afternoon. We'll maintain the 50s here as we head through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday. Notice though Saturday night into Sunday, that's when we could see some frost potential. So you may wake up to that on Sunday morning and then 60s by early next week.
Yeah, focusing on the highs, not the lows, Candace. Thanks.
Scott's in next with sports. The pieces to the Ice Hogs playoff puzzle are starting to fall into place. Scott has the latest on that.
And Caitlin Clark already being treated like a hero in the state of Indiana before even stepping onto the court.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The Ice Hogs' opening playoff opponent is locked in. It is Grand Rapids. What we don't know yet is which team will have home ice advantage. That'll sort itself out this weekend. If the Ice Hogs bump ahead of Grand Rapids for the number 2 seed, then the Hogs will host 3 games in the best-of-5 series. The Hogs would host games 1 and 2 next Friday and Saturday. Games 3 and 4 will be played the following Wednesday and Friday in Grand Rapids. And Game 5, if necessary, will be played the following Sunday in Rockford. So the series would go 2 games here, 2 games in Michigan, and Game 5 here. If the Griffins to the number 2 seed, they will host 3 of the 5 games with a 1-2-1 setup. The first game would be here next Saturday. Games 2 and 3 would be in Michigan the following Wednesday and Friday. Game 4 would see them return to Rockford the following Sunday. And Game 5 would be played on a Friday in Grand Rapids if necessary. We're going to hear from some of the guys coming up at 6 o'clock. Well, tonight might be the final night for Bulls basketball for this series, or it might not be. They have to defeat the Hawks in an NBA play-in game. The game will be played at United Center at 8:30. The Bulls won 2 of their 3 regular season games against the Hawks, and they're catching the Hawks at the right time. The Hawks lost their last 6 regular season games. Here's how the Bulls are approaching this game.
Preparing yourself for the moment before it comes. You know, like we've had big games throughout this year where we've had to lock in and play against, you know, good teams with stuff on the line. And for us, it's been prepping for this game, prepping for this moment.
Of course, it's Game 7 mentality. Win and go home, survive and advance, but not being scared, not being afraid of the fact that it's our last game, but embracing that feeling.
The loser of this game is out. The winner advances to a second play-in game against either the Heat or the 76ers. That game will be played Friday night. Well, they have Caitlin Clark fever in Indiana. There was a huge turnout at the Gainbridge Coliseum in Indianapolis today to see Clark get introduced to the media and fans. They had banners up, billboards, video displays. The Fever WNBA franchise is starved for a game changer like Clark. They haven't had a winning season since 2015. Clark isn't bothered by that.
I can't think of a better place for myself to start my career, a place that loves basketball, supports women's basketball, and an organization that really does things the right way, has championship pedigree. So I'm just very thankful that they have a belief in me.
That's sports. We'll be right back.
Our interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Glass and More. We've got cloudy skies. Rain showers for the most part are done here tonight. We just have to deal with the cloud cover and the wind, which all will eventually come to an end here later this evening. We'll actually get our skies to clear out, but cloud cover and rain moves back in for tomorrow. 57 degrees for tomorrow afternoon. Could even hear a couple of rumbles of thunder, but not anticipating any severe weather. That threat looks to stay a little more to the south. We're 57 for tomorrow, 56 on Friday. It will be windy on Friday. Could see temperatures dip into the low 30s early Sunday with some areas of frost.
All right, thanks, Candace.
World News Tonight's up next. We'll see you back here at 6.